So the Charming team, I consider to be one of the worst, and arguably they were bottom three. And if you really wanted to glaze Blue Sky Helmet they were bottom two. Charming just really doesn't do anything special. I don't have either Yoma character here, but they're basically the same thing. This is Halloween Fumihime. She's a UZ EX popper, the best non-Yoma Charming EX popper. She's got Fever Fill and After Fill in one skill, so she's like, I mean, decent, but like, she doesn't do anything special. And for some reason, she just doesn't show up for me. Then we have Snow Queen Blizzaria, Snow Princess. I don't care. It's Queen Blizzaria. That's all I care for. She is an LB10 UZ 100 combo popper with pre-fill and drop big. So she's incredibly spammable. Then Yoma characters came out and replaced Fumihime with Golden Claws, who is an EX popper with Fever Fill and start arranged, except he just arranges the entire board the same every time. I mean, the amount of Puni differs, but like the location of the characters are the same. And then eventually, Swirlius Gold came out, who is a 99% pre-fill Fast Fever 100 combo popper for Charming. Except they kind of got some stuff backwards. You see, Golden Claws, I should actually like pull up the spreadsheet, hide this background for a second. As you can see, we go over to here. Golden Claws, probably he was like the third UZ, which is hilarious. Golden Claws was a EX popper with full team organization, and he's got 1900 attack and 1878 HP. Then Swirlius Gold over here has 1960 HP, 1835 attack. If we go to Blizzaria down here, who is like an LB10 character, she only has 1788 attack. So Swirlius Gold is actually a decent bit stronger and has a higher Soultimate multiplier because he's a higher rank. I don't know if Yomas have higher Soultimate multipliers. I don't care to get any of them, so whatever. Actually, I do have like Skulk, but like Skulk was the first one, and I don't know if they gave the other ones like extra benefits because they knew that Yomas were gonna suck. So overall, Charming has been like, it was really, really good when these characters first came out, but nowadays they haven't gotten anything good. So they kind of just started to fall behind a little bit. And now we have Athletic Blizzaria, who is a 100 combo popper with Fast Fever and either Fever Fill or Women Unity for 24% HP and 18% attack, and her Cinder trait is 2% HP, 6% attack, for a total of 26% HP and 24% attack. Very, very powerful. And then they also got Rubius J. Where there he is. He's above Knight and Arthur. Rubius J is an extreme popper with Link Big and Revive. Revive's the first skill, Link Big's the second skill. In terms of free-to-play Charming EX poppers, it's really only been Natsume, because I know I said we have Halloween Fumihime, but she is actually a Nyanbo character, believe it or not. Her kit does not show it. But in terms of triple Zs, they had Natsune. She is an LB10 triple Z with Link Big and Afterfill. Afterfill is actually the first skill, Link Big is the second skill. So they just took Natsune's kit, replaced the useless Afterfill with a much-needed Revive, made her a UZ. So if we look right here, 1564 attack, Rubius 1692 attack, 226 Soultimate multiplier compared to 1888, 18.8. So, and then HP, I might as well show that off, 1455 compared to 1788. Now the funny thing is, because Rubius J is, I don't know if you knew this or not, Rubius J is not a female. So, he does not get any sort of buffs from Blizzaria. So, if we just put Rubius J on the team, like right here, like let's say you, for some reason, don't get Blizzaria, this is their new stats. 16,157 HP. I know I have like some extra LBs, like my Shuka's like LB5, but my Elza is LB0, and Komaki's only LB4, so overall, the LBs are about even, so this is about what their HP is, and they almost have 16k attack. The actual attack stat doesn't really mean anything, but just shows how strong they are. Now, if we put Blizzaria on the team, if we actually go back to Natsume, you'll see that they lose about 600 HP. If we put Blizzaria on the team now, This is their new stats. Basically, if you only beat to Super 8 and you for some reason don't get Rubius, even though Rubius is like the easiest to get, he's like the easiest throne ever. This is their new stats. 17,544 with 17,560 attack. And if we put Rubius J on, their HP goes up by about 300 and they get a revive, but their attack goes down by a little bit. So, this is the new Charming team, ignoring Golden Claws. But honestly, I'll talk about Golden Claws in a little bit because I think something funny's happened to him. So, this is their new Charming team. R.I.P. Mika. She has Revive, Pre-Fill, Inflate 4. She cannot fit on the team anywhere. I mean, if you don't have like Elza, you can do this. Maybe I'll show that off. And if you don't have Elza, then you can just bring Puni Goddess. Mine has Ohajiki skill, so not Women Unity. So, their stat, they'd have like 16,500 HP, which is pretty cool. So, let's talk about the Charming team and just overall with them. I can't show it against Rubius because Blizzard has a bonus, obviously, so something fun with Rubius is that it's very easy to get his Soultimate. As you can see, we already got the G Soultimate. So I want to show off how much damage Blizzaria herself does. So, let's just... The only problem with Blizzaria is that since you want to run the Women Unity skill, she doesn't actually have a skill to get her Soultimate, you know? So, it can be kind of a pain to actually get her Soultimate. But, because she's got Fast Fever, you want a ton of her on the board anyway, so it's not really that big a deal. So Rubius J, he's G1, LB10, got lucky with Super Shrine. Does about 105k, not too bad. Then we do Shuka, who, granted, is a little bit stronger, but does about that much. So 380, let me pull up a calculator. So 380 from 785, I could just do that in my head. That's about about 405,000 damage. And she's only G2, by the way. So, that's pretty dang strong. 400k? I mean, thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Snow Queen Blizzaria was actually doing 400k. So, is that really that good? Let's go test it out. So remember, in 3 Soultimates we did 785k. I know there's like a little bit of variable stuff, but yeah. Our stats drop a ton by like 1800. So, yeah, kind of a big deal when you don't have Blizzaria. She's honestly worth bringing just for that. So, Blizzaria is much easier to get the Soultimate for, so that shouldn't be too big a deal. Oh no, there's not a single Rubius on my screen. We'll just have to do that. It can be kind of a pain to get the Link Big Soults, but it's not that bad. And I know I have a much higher starting combo, so I'm actually going to kind of chill it with the combos for a little bit. And now we should be able to do this. So we'll link this. Then we do 107k, so a little bit higher numbers, probably because Blizzaria has drop big, so we actually get slightly higher combo. But we have lost about 20k damage on Shuka, and then Blizzaria, so from 358 to 700k. 700,000 minus, what, 358? Was 342k. So, I mean, she was pretty strong, and I'm pretty sure she's G5. So Blizzaria doing 400k, pretty dang powerful. It's really like Mara that was doing crazy damage. Oh yeah, new stuff. I need to like post that the friggin' whatever characters, the Norm bonuses exist now. Anyways, back to the task at hand. So we're gonna do 10 Soultimates. We'll do 10 Soultimates and see how much damage we can get. So 10 Soult is not really that difficult for Charming, because they have Rubius J now. And Rubius can very easily fill in the gaps of damage on this team. So, the only problem is I have to just, like, you know, actually, like, link the character a little bit. But, other than that, he's very easy to get the Soult for. So we're going to EX Pop, then we're going to Fever Extend, and then do Blizzaria. Try to link a little bit of Blizzarius so that way we can get a free Soultimate. So this is 2 Soultimates. Then once all this comes together, we'll do a third Salt for Blizzaria. Then, oh no, we didn't get her Soultimate. So we'll do a 4th Blizzaria. Now we need to link Rubius and Komaki's. Rubius was very easy, thankfully. So then a 5th Soultimate on Elze, a 6th Salt on her, a 7th Salt on Rubius, an 8th Salt on Komaki, and hopefully I have enough, a 9th Salt on Blizzaria, and then a 10th Salt on Blizzaria. So in 10 Soultimates, we managed to deal 2.7 million damage. More than enough to beat a throne. So, they're very powerful still. Like, Charming really just needed a new EX popper for free-to-play, and now they're, like, really good. So, actually, I could take this against the throne. I might as well do that right now. Like, why not? Take it against Throne Rubius. I apparently had it muted. My bad. So anyways, let's get into it. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about him shaking the board, because he's not mean like Mara is. Alright, now let's try it. So this is 1 Soultimate. I don't think we can actually even do 10 Soultimates. I don't think they have enough HP. But either way, this is 2 Soultimates. 3 Salts. Not looking the best so far, because we need another Blizzaria. 4 Salts. 5 Salts. 6 Salts. 7 Salts. 8 Salts. 9 Salts. I mean, we have a Shuka, so if we can't get another Blizzaria. But there, in 9 Salts, we would have been able to do the same amount of damage if I got lucky for Blizzarias, but we won pretty easily. That wasn't very difficult. They could do 10 Soultimates with pretty relative ease. And remember, my Rubius is only G1, and I used him twice, so their damage actually can go up a little bit more. So, Blizzaria, if you can, like, no bonus, which isn't really too bad, if you, like, really think they're gonna drop some fire, and you just don't crank for Blizzaria for whatever reason, but, like, since you only need Super 6, it's very easy to get Rubius. I mean, you need to do Super 12 to get his 2nd skill, but, like, I mean, if you, for some reason, don't have Blizzaria and you only have Rubius, they're still very good. But let's put on Blizzaria and see just how they get a whole extra, like, counter's worth of HP. So, let's go back to this and see how much damage we can do in 10 Soultimates. Now, it isn't going to be nearly as easy to get 10 Soultimates, and in fact, I might not even be able to get 10 Soultimates, but we can try. Give it the good old-fashioned college try, or whatever that saying is. So we need to link a little bit. I might try to get into Fever Tone, yes. So we're going to link a little bit. So, Athletic Blizzaria is harder to get the Soultimate for, but because we got 2 Fast Fevers, it's not that hard in all honesty. I really wanted to get a Shuka Soultimate right there, but obviously Shuka said no. So we'll do a Blizzaria for quite a bit of damage. Then we'll do a Elze. You gotta be kidding me, Blizzaria. So we're definitely not going to be able to do 10 Salts. But maybe we'll be able to do something decent here. I know we've done, like, a lot less Soultimates, but the damage is kind of creeping up there. Yeah, we're only 400k behind, and I missed a G-Soultimate, so really, we're only, like, about 300k behind, which is literally just 1 Soultimate. So that's not bad. That's not the worst. You know, they've seen worse, seen better. But yeah, that's not terrible. So let's try again. I just looked over to make sure my mic is still on. It is. It would have sucked if I didn't have it on this whole time. So now we're gonna link a bunch of Komakis. Just trying to make sure I can get the Soul. Oh yeah, I need Rubius. Alright. So now I need Blizzaria's Soultimate game. Thank you. That's 2 Salts. That's 3 Salts. So I need a ton of a Komaki, sure. There, just like that, we got a very nice, powerful stuff. Okay, so that's why you get Rubius, so that way in case Blizzaria doesn't have hers, you can just safely do some of that. We'll do Blizzaria. Hopefully we can get some more stuff. I don't know. We can definitely get another Blizzaria. Maybe some redrop luck. We could have gotten another Blizzaria. But as you can see, in Fever Time, we're only about... If I got that G-Soultimate, we would have been there. And if I leveled up Rubius's Blizzaria's G-Soultimate, we would have just matched the damage right there. So it is a little bit more difficult to actually get the Soultimates. But that's just the consequence of having to bring more Unity, and you can't have drop big. So it's funny that Blizzaria came out, was a very strong, powerful damage dealer for the Charming team, and was then replaced by Golden Claws, who has now been replaced by Blizzaria again. So, she clearly didn't take too kindly to this paid Yoma trash trying to take her spot, so she's then taking it back. Which is fire, because I hate Yomas. So we're just going to link a little bit. Because I still need Blizzaria Salt. Link these right here. Still need... There we go. So this is 1 Salt. 2 Salts. Gonna make sure that we don't pop that Blizzaria. 3 Salts. Even though we didn't pop anything, it's still fine, because that's just how damage dealing works. We can get a Blizzaria, thankfully. We're going to EX pop now, so that way the board can come back down without wasting a ton of time. Now we're going to get Komakis. Blizzaria. And then another Blizzaria. And just like that, we have actually matched the damage of Snow Queen Blizzaria in 10 Soultimates. And that wasn't even 10 Soultimates, I don't think. So hang on, let me check. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, in a whole less Soultimate, we matched the damage of Blizzaria, and we have a whole extra counter's worth of HP. So Charming has since been buffed quite a decent bit. They actually have quite a large amount of stats. So they almost have 18,000 HP. The tankiest team in the game, by the way, is Eerie. And, I mean, they're only like 1,000 less HP, but they don't have a double revive. So, comparatively to Mysterious, they're way tankier than Mysterious. Tough, on the surface, they seem higher stats than, but Hangetsu exists still, so... And, like, Tough's damage is, like, actually ridiculous. Heartful, they have more stats than. Like, even Elza Heartful. They're tankier than Neon Bolas Slippery, but with Kyra they have more stats, but they don't have a revive, so... I can check. I can just check. Like, I have a Google document that tells me their stats. I can just look at that. Okay, so they actually have less HP by about... They have about 600 less HP, but they have a revive, so they actually are tankier than Slippery by technicality. Brave is actually ever so slightly weaker than them by like 800 HP, because my Megu's LB10. So If you bring Mara, like the Unity one, then they have the same amount of HP. Actually, no, even then, no, wait, that's an 18. Brave then has 800 more HP, but I don't know if their damage is that all there. And then Shady, it's better than my Shady, ignoring any heals or guards Jane gets. But then normal Shady, even still, they actually have more HP than normal Shady, which is crazy. They have about 600 more, ignoring any heals or guards. So, yeah, I mean, obviously they have more stats than more stats than Enma. And then Ginga, actually Ginga has more stats with like Kyogitsu. So, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. With Head of Steam and Orihime Natsu, they have Heartful has 18,659 HP. So, that's neat. And before with Golden Claws and Swirliest Gold, Charming had 17,186 HP. Now they have 17,000, at least for me, 825. So, yeah, that's pretty neat that they actually just outstat Charming before. And you want to know something funny? If we like take the previous Charming team and don't add Blizzaria to it, this Charming team I would think is better. I mean, the Yoma Charming is more consistent, but this team has higher highs. So, yeah, and then the funny thing is, Golden Claws actually maybe, I mean, he's still probably the best EX popper in the game, but, I mean, the best, like, EX popper for Charming, but Rubius is actually putting up a pretty dang good fight, because his stats are much lower. I mean, obviously, he's got about 1,000 less HP. Actually, he only has 90 less HP. 90 less HP, which might make a difference, but he's got about 200, like, I don't know, 78 attack. He's got not 300 less attack, but getting there, about 250. Not even, probably about like 220. So Rubius isn't that low of stats behind, and if you got good enough board RNG and you only get hit by one normal, Golden Claws actually might get out damaged by Rubius. I mean, Rubius obviously is going to like not get buffed and is just going to lose damage, but the revive might actually let you get an extra Soultimate that could make up the difference. Maybe if the guaranteed starter range doesn't give something, I don't know. So let's go grab one of those whatchamacallits from the Score Attack shop, this thingy, because I can't fight Throne. So yeah, I've seen some people like hating on this Blizzaria, and like I know that she can't get her Soultimate super easily, but like a lot of people just said she like sucks, and it's just like, do you even like, can you play the game? Blizzaria is very good. It can be a pain to get her Soultimate, especially when you look at something like this. I mean, obviously, she's not going to get her Soultimate super easily here, but she doesn't really need to, because we have 17,000, almost 18,000 HP. A little bit of linking right there. And then just a sick double fever, because I'm just good like that. Sadly, my board RNG usually just sucks, so. Especially when Komaki decides she wants to start redropping for some reason. So we'll get a Suga right there. Blizzaria right here. Then Link. Get an Elze. Get a Blizzaria. Get a Rubius. Get a Komaki. Get a Blizzaria. And then another Blizzaria. Can I get a Shuka? I don't know. But we could have probably, if I got a Shuka right there, we could have actually done 2.2, honestly, probably about 3 million. So, oh yeah, the Charming team is definitely pretty dang strong. Pretty strong in all honesty. Compared, I mean, they can do like overkill by 200. And that, honestly, I'm pretty sure this Throne, like this stage, counters for harder than like a Throne does. Aside from like maybe Last Throne. But they would probably still be able to beat Last Throne. So, overall, the Charming team, I like it. Let's test out Natsune. Just to, like, see what the damage would have been if Rubius didn't exist. 7 salts. I got a mash. Oh, come on. We could have got that. It always sucks when you happen to get a crucial Soultimate when there's no time left in the fever gauge. That's why Tough is so crazy with Yokaiju. Yokaiju is actually probably just the best Yoma in the game now because Claws kind of fell off. I mean, he's still, like, the best, obviously, but his throne isn't, like, untested now. There's, like, actual... Rubius puts up a pretty dang good fight, especially since Golden Claws also isn't a woman. So it's not like Claws is getting that buff, but Rubius isn't. Neither are getting that buff, so... Ah, come on! It's the only thing I don't like about when the throne... like, the new characters, because they're new, obviously they have bonuses, so I can't use them against the throne stage, which would actually be, like, a good test for them. Because they have bonuses. Alright, so now... That's actually enough. Should be. Two salts. 3 salts. 4 salts. 5 salts. 6 salts. 7 salts. 8 salts. Of course Komaki's the one that redropped. 9 salts. And in 10 salts, we probably would have done 2.9. Maybe 2.8, 2.9. But whatever it is, Charming is overall pretty dang good now. So, definitely get Blazaria. Definitely get Rubius, because, by the way, they're both... Blazaria's G2, by the way. And Rubius is G1. And they're already almost hitting 3 million casually. So, I can safely have an actual, like, team slot for Charming. And I actually like 2 characters more than just the one. I like the Blazaria and I like the Rubius, comparatively to when I just liked the Blazaria. So, overall, very good, very strong. And, yeah, that's kind of it. Get these characters because they're very easy to get. And, yeah, bye.